Okay, give me a second and we should start. Yeah, okay. Harsh, I want you to introduce yourself, the school that you were part of, and the college and the year you are in at the moment.
Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Harsh Sethia. I'm a fourth year computer science and business combined major at Northeastern University. I joined Northeastern from Singapore International School in Mumbai. And I've completed one co-op at Northeastern, and I'll be pursuing my second co-op this June.
Hmm. Okay. Um, so what's your major currently, and why did you select that major?
My major is a combined of computer science and business, and my concentration in the business field is specifically towards entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I felt the reason I chose my major was because from a very young age, I was like very into technology. I was very into video games. So
Mm-hmm.
I started Northeastern University as a computer science and game development major. But I think over the year, during my freshman year, I realized I like playing video games. I don't like making the video games. So I had to rethink the entire major situation, and I spoke to Neeraj sir as well about it. So I think we kind of decided that okay, CS and business could be like a really good opportunity, and I absolutely like the fact that I did switch my major. So yeah, I started as a game CS and game development major. I'm CS and business currently, and I'm actually looking towards product management in terms of like a job perspective.
Okay. Oh, amazing. Okay. Why did you choose the college that you're at, Northeastern? Why Northeastern?
Yeah, so I think Northeastern had quite a lot to offer, to be very honest. From a demographic perspective, I was looking for like a small mid-sized college with like being in the city and not like a suburban area. So that's where Northeastern fit in really well. And I wanted to do I wanted to do internships also. So I think Northeastern has this co-op program, which is basically you do two co-ops in the time of 4 years, and each co-op is like a 6 month full-time job. And I felt that was a really good opportunity to take because like a lot of colleges don't offer that. Some have started doing that recently, but not all do that. And Northeastern has like a good network in general for like all the co-op programs. So I felt that I could be like a really good fit into that area because I didn't want to spend my summer doing like trying to figure out what to do. Like it's sort of planned out in a way because there are like co-op opportunities, like they're very common.
Hmm. Okay. I think that's really amazing. You focusing on the co-op program and talking about that. That's I think I enjoy that. And major learning as well for me. Um, okay. What did your high school subjects and grades look like? Did you give any extra standardized test or anything, TOEFL English proficiency exam or something?
Right. So I did the IB program with I think my HL subjects were math, computer science, and economics. My SL subjects were Hindi, English, and physics. Yeah. So those were the IB subjects that I took. I gave ACT, I gave TOEFL, and I think I gave the subject test for math and physics in SAT.
Hmm.
Um, so I, to be very honest, I'm not a great student. Like I had like average grades to be very fair. My ACT was at a 27. And I'm still convinced that the only reason Northeastern accepted me because they saw a 36 overall on the math score and they were like, yeah, that guy knows stuff in the computer science area at least. For my IB score, I was closer to the 32 to 34 range. So I feel like that's also like very average when compared to Northeastern. Yeah, so I'm a really hard worker, but I'm not a very great student, to be very honest.
Let's not say that. I think, as far as I know your profile and I know you've been a good student as well. Okay. What did your college profile look like outside academics? Like, what did you put in your extracurriculars or anything that you would want students to put in?
Okay, so in terms of extracurriculars, I do have one co-op at Commonwealth Financial Network. Then I had one internship for my mother's company. So in COVID, we all had like these side projects. So like I decided to help out my mom with her startup. So that was another internship which I had. Then in college, I have a part-time job as a computer science fundamentals tutor. I have been doing that since I think like about a year and a half ish. Um, and then in terms of clubs and activities, I'm involved in like a few clubs, not a lot. So I was involved in NUTV, which is like a video making company. Sorry, not company. Video making club. So like every week we'll meet and we'll pitch ideas, and then whoever wants to work on them, they can like combine a group and like work on that video and publish it on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I am also like a president of a club called First Bite, and First Bite is all about providing STEM resources to high school teachers in Boston to
Mm-hmm.
like bring diversity into the field. So we target students at a very young age, preferably uh, minority groups and women, so that we can actually like get them interested in the field of science, technology, engineering, math. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's pretty much what my profile looks at.
Okay. What was your main Common App essay about? Like, this is my favorite question.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, I didn't feel particularly that I was a very great student, and I think there were like a lot of options on the Common App essay, and the one which I went with was uh, tell me like one instance of failure that happened with you, and like how did you overcome it, and what did you learn from it. And I felt very close to that specifically, mainly because in my IGCSE, I decided to take additional math, and I started off by not doing really well. I was like
Mm-hmm.
consistently just close to the bare minimum of passing marks. And so I felt that in a way that was close to like a failure in a way, because if I compared myself to other students, I was very, very below average. And there was a point where like we met the principal, and he decided to tell me that, I think you should drop this subject. And I said absolutely not, because in the recent exam I started doing well, and I was like, I believe in myself that I can do really well. And I felt that that was the first time where I was 100% sure of my skills, that I can do it.
Wow.
And in the end, I ended up with a the maximum is an A star, but yeah, I ended up with an A, which was like a very, very big improvement from like
Hmm.
consistently getting B's to like improving in the final lap and kind
Wow.
of, yeah. So
That is a huge jump.
I was really, really like close to that subject, and that's what I decided to write about.
Oh, wow. That would be so interesting to read somebody talking about again, because I obviously say this, that talking about failures takes a
Mhm.
lot of courage and guts, and to prove yourself that you've come up, even if you're not talking about a failure, is a huge thing. And that's kind of unique when you speak about it.
Mhm.
Um, Great. Thank you for that learning. Okay. For Northeastern, who do you think is a good fit? What kind of student is a good fit at Northeastern?
I think so. To be a good fit at Northeastern, like there are two major things which Northeastern actually offers you. The first was the co-op program, and second is like the entrepreneurship program in a way. So Boston is it's a very entrepreneurial kind of mindset kind of place. So like you will see a lot of startups coming up in Boston, and so every college needs to have some kind of the program to like provide to your students to like build up your own companies. And Northeastern is very ahead in that area. So we have like a lot of clubs that focus specifically on entrepreneurship. We have like this Mosaic Club, which is like a group of 12 different clubs where you can actually like focus on each different part of the startup. So if you want to do like UI UX design for your startup, you can actually contact a club and they can help you make that. If you want to like run your ideas by a club, they can help you do that. If you want to pitch and find people, you can actually do that. And a couple of other resources is like the Idea Collab that helps you out with your entire business plan. We have, I think it's called a IP Collab also. That's a little bit more into the legal stuff. It'll help you out with all the legal stuff. And all these resources are also provided to alumni networks also. So even when you graduate and you decide to make a company, you can actually come back to Northeastern and be like, hey, can you help me out with this? So I think you would be a really good fit if you really want to pursue internships in your free time. If you want to like, do that co-op program, or if you're like really interested in making your own company at some point in the future, I think Northeastern can provide that good experience in that area.
Wow. And exactly an opposite question to that. Who wouldn't be a good fit for Northeastern?
Right. So with all of these activities, I feel I barely have time to actually like, take a summer off or like go back home in a way.
Hmm.
Because what happens is that when you're doing a co-op, you are technically taking like 4 months off of either your spring semester or either of your fall semester. And you have to cover that up some way or the other. And the way you cover that up is in the summer semesters, right? Because in the summer typically colleges are off, but you are just sitting here like doing your coursework and everything, trying to finish it up all in 4 years. So I feel if you're a person who feels a little homesick, or who wants to interact with the friends, who doesn't want to be involved in like the workload for the entire year, you need some time off, I feel you might not be a good fit if you're like that kind of a person. Because not in Northeastern, like if you want to complete it in 4 years, you will spend majority of your summer actually just doing your coursework. um, and yeah, so I feel like if you like really want to just work throughout the 4 years, I think it can be a good fit. Or if you have the time to maybe extend it to a 5-year program, and then I feel you can have like some summers off, and you can finish your entire coursework in 5 years.
And how's the social life over there at the moment? Like, if there is any Greek life or not, and what does your social life look like? Sports, anything that you would let the attendees know?
Yeah, so in terms of social life, I feel like parties and everything, there are quite a lot on the campus. I feel like when I compare it to other colleges, it is very less. But yeah, there are a lot of fraternities and sororities that you can join and like, participate in the Greek life. In terms of sports, I feel the most popular sport over here is ice hockey. So every year, I think Northeastern hosts this cup tournament called the Bean Pot, and the Bean Pot is basically like it's like a Boston kind of a thing. So like colleges from Boston will come and they'll participate in the Bean Pot, and I think Northeastern won the recent ones, which was a pretty big deal.
Mhm.
And the best Beanpot to attend would be Northeastern versus BU, because Boston University, because both of our colleges are like big time rivals. And so like they, every time you attend a match, everyone comes up with like these creative chants to like like sort of undermine the other team in a way.
Mhm.
And that's like it's like watching India Pakistan match, but like in ice hockey specifically, because
Oh,
it's that intense, and like the seats get sold out like pretty quick. So like I feel like if you're a person who joins either Boston University or Northeastern University, Beanpot is like one of the things you should definitely attend.
oh wow. Oh, that's really sounds interesting. Like it makes me want to go be there at the campus and watch the game. Um, okay. Any comments or any advice you would want to give the current 10th, 11th, and 12th graders?
Yeah. So I think like in terms of the questions which I'm getting on Zoom, I feel like in general like I feel like as Indians we don't really focus on what the college life is like. I feel like when I was doing it, I looked at like rankings, how does the academic work, financial aid and stuff like that. But like in general, college I feel like after 2 3 years you realize that college is not just about the academic, the scores and everything. You really want to know what you're getting out of coming to college, and like what experiences you will gain. So like college is not just academics. It's like you're the co-curriculars, you get the internship opportunities, you get the sports events, and like there are like these small things that matter. So I would say that when you are making a decision on a college, I don't think you should base it on just those factors. I feel you should base it on the uh, overall value that it would bring to you. And in addition to that, I think one thing I noticed in college is like the first 1 or 2 years, you get this feeling like, it's called the imposter syndrome. Like, do I really belong in this college? I don't, and stuff like that. It's a very common thing. And I think by the time you come to the third and fourth year, you start feeling a little bit more part of the college. You start understanding how I can be a good fit, how I can't be a good fit. So my only suggestion would be like, in your first 1 or 2 years, don't specifically, start saying that, oh, I don't belong in this, oh, I can't do this. Like, just be open to like, new opportunities. Go check out clubs that you have slight interest in also, because what happens is that if you start saying that I can't do anything at this club, and if you stop attending like these club events, you're not really progressing anywhere. Like you have to keep doing something or the other to be able to like feel like a part of it. So I feel like the more you interact with like other co-curricular activities, I feel more you would actually be in touch with the college and feel like a part of college.
Correct. So that brings me to a point where you should do your college research beforehand as well. What kind of college do you want to be? What do you want to gain? I think that's one amazing point that you brought up. What kind of a learning do you want out of the college? It's not. It shouldn't be like, oh wow, Northeastern. Oh wow, Harvard. It should be like, what do I want out of the college? And doing that research beforehand. Um, I think that's one amazing learning. Thank you, Harsh, for that. Definitely, thank you for that. Any college experience you would want to share? Any good, fun, or a serious, or any memorable experience if you would want to share with us?
Uh, yeah, I think a little bit just getting back on the failure track. I in college, you like as you apply for a lot of stuff, you will face a lot of rejections. Like for my co-op program, I ended up applying to like 100 companies to get one offer out of all of them. And I as I said, you just have to keep doing stuff. Like you have to like keep overcoming those failures. Even when I applied for the TA job, I got rejected 3 times, and by the fourth time I was like, you know what, either I'm gonna get this job, or either I'm gonna graduate Northeastern by creating a record for the most failed attempts at trying to get a job. And I felt that sort of changed my mindset, and like that actually ended up getting me the job. So in general, my advice would be, like don't get discouraged on setbacks. You can get through it, and college is about giving you a lot of setbacks so that you can overcome. Yeah, that's gonna be my guidance.
Wow. Thank you. I think never give up is one thing we can definitely learn from you. That's a kind of a good good student. So never underestimate yourself. You're making a mark somewhere. Yeah. Okay. I think there are a few Q&As for you. And I would hand over the session after this to Devesh, moving forward with our next speaker. That's Rahil Batwal from Caltech after a certain time. Harsh, but if you could please take out a little time and answer a few of the questions that has come up, that would be really appreciable. Thank you for taking your time out for us, and it was really a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.